Okay, Sharks, we're going to figure out today why Keena got sent to Mr. Lemons. I know you made some predictions next time, so let's see if anybody got it right. 4:30 p.m. So after school, she's recounting. She's telling us what had happened and why she got sent there. Here's what happened. Picture to go with it. When we went outside to play after lunch, Miss Hanson was outside with the boy class. I saw Eric waiting for me at the monkey bars. It's our favorite place to play. But then Lenny Berry said, "Hey, do you want to play on the slide?" I decided I should probably play with her since she would be my friend for sure. So I said yes. Lenny and I started taking turns on the slide. We were sliding pretty fast. Then Lenny said, "Hey, watch this." She went down the slide head first. When I heard Miss Campbell say, "Lenny Berry, that is not safe. Please have a seat," I decided that going down the slide head first wasn't really a good idea if it meant I would have to sit out. So I went to the monkey bars and started talking to Eric. I told him that Lenny Berry and I were going to be friends. I told him all about our class rules, how Lenny said that she was sorry that she didn't invite me to her birthday, and I thought Eric would be excited for me. But he didn't look excited. He said, "Oh yeah? Well, Miss Hanson said that we don't have to follow any rules. And she said she made a pudding pie for us. She said she's going to make a pudding pie for us every single day." I was so amazed. Pudding pie every day? I wish I could be in your class and be eating pudding pie, I said to Eric. "Well, too bad for you," he said, in kind of a mean voice. But I didn't say anything back. I could only think about that pudding pie. When I eat pudding pie, I like to drink milk. The last time my mom made pudding pie, I drank 3 glasses. Thinking about all that milk made me have to go to the bathroom, really bad. So I asked Miss Campbell if I can go inside and use the bathroom. I waited for her to say, "No, Keena, we'll stop at the bathroom on our way back to class." But she didn't. She said, "Sure, Keena, that would be fine." So I went to the bathroom. After I went to the bathroom, I think I was supposed to go right back outside. What do you think, guys? Do you think that's the rule? She should go right back outside? Absolutely. But I didn't. I went into Miss Hanson's classroom. I was walking by her door when I noticed there was a very sharp pencil on every desk. Why did they have pencils? They were supposed to write in pen. So I walked into the classroom to look for the pens. I didn't see them anywhere. I did see a long, big list of rules taped to the wall. Just then I heard the bell ring. I knew I should get back outside, or at least get out of Miss Hanson's classroom. But I didn't. I needed to look for one more thing. I needed to find the pudding pie. I looked on the table at the front. No pie. I didn't see pie on the bookshelf. So I walked back to the back of the room where Miss Hanson's desk faced the door. That's when I heard a lot of feet outside the door. The class was back. And that's when I crawled under Miss Hanson's desk. I folded my knees up near my shoulders and tried to breathe very, very quietly. I could hear my heart beating loud and heavy like a stomping foot. Then I heard people coming into the classroom. Miss Hanson said, "Frederick, do not come into this classroom chewing gum." Rules, pencils, no gum. Right then I knew there was no pudding pie. Eric must have made all that stuff up. Why would he do that? I want you guys to pause and think. Why would Eric do that? What do you think his point was of saying all those things to Keena that weren't true? I heard chairs scraping against the floor as the boys sat down. I started to plan my escape. Maybe they would go to the bathroom and I could run back into the girls' bathroom. Then I could tell Miss Campbell that I was feeling sick. Seemed like a good plan. Miss Hanson said, "Remember that you are now going to read silently for 10 minutes. No talking." 10 minutes? Maybe they would go to the bathroom after that? I heard Miss Hanson's shoes clicking on the floor. The clicking was getting louder. I thought about all the movies I had seen where the person is hiding. The person looking for them walks right by, but doesn't spot them. And then everyone thinks, phew, that was close. But this wasn't a movie. The clicking was even getting louder. Miss Hanson's desk chair started to move. Then she sat in it. I could see her knees and the bottom part of her legs. Her legs were crossed. One foot was on the floor, and the other was swinging back and forth slowly. Every time she would swing her foot, it would get a little bit closer to my face. And then Miss Hanson kicked me right in the side of my head. I said, "Yelp!" And Miss Hanson said, "What?" Then she pushed her chair away from her desk and saw me and screamed. I think I startled her, but she got over it pretty fast. The next thing she said was, "Who are you? And what are you doing under my desk?" I scrambled out from under that desk as fast as I could. I stood up and then I tried to say, "I'm Keena Ford," but I couldn't say anything. Yikes. I could feel my face getting very warm, and my eyes started to get very wet, and my lip, it started to wobble. I heard a boy's voice say loudly, "That's Keena. She's in Miss Campbell's class." I knew the voice was Eric's. Miss Hanson looked at Eric. Then she looked back at me. She said, "Eric, go get Miss Campbell." Miss Campbell must have been in the hallway at the water fountain because she came into Miss Hanson's room in about 3 seconds. My whole class must have been in the hall too because they all crowded in the doorway of Miss Hanson's room. "Miss Campbell," Miss Hanson said, "I have just found one of your students under my desk." Miss Campbell looked at me. She opened her mouth wide like she was at the dentist. I think it was from surprise. Then she said, "Keena Ford, what on earth were you doing under Miss Hanson's desk?" She moved her eyebrows close together to make an angry face, but her lips pressed together and she was trying not to smile. Even though Miss Campbell didn't look that mad, I still couldn't talk. I heard Eric's voice again. He sounded much quieter this time. "I know what Keena was doing," he said. "She wanted to see our class because she thought it was maybe more fun than her class." Because I told her that it was. She said she wished she could be in our class. I looked back at Miss Campbell. Now she definitely wasn't smiling. Her face had fallen a little bit. Her shoulders dropped down too. She looked just like Brian when he didn't make the basketball team. Sad and disappointed. I wanted to tell Miss Campbell I thought she was the greatest teacher ever. I wanted to tell her that our class was the most fun. But my lips started to wobble even more, and the tears fell down my face. I couldn't say anything at all. Miss Campbell sent me to Mr. Lemon right away. She sent a very long note with me. It was much longer than the notes I got last year. Those always said, "Keena to Mr. Lemon's room, not following directions." Mr. Lemon read every single word of the long note. Then he looked at me. "Well, Miss Ford," he said, "I suppose you must first write an apology to Miss Hanson." So I did. I sat down at my usual desk and wrote, "Dear Miss Hanson, I am sorry that I was snooping around your classroom. I am also sorry that I hid under your desk. And I am very, very sorry that my face got in the way of your very pointy shoe. Love, Keena Ford." I drew a sad face next to my name so she would know how sorry I was, and gave the letter to Mr. Lemon. He said, "I suppose now you must write an apology to Miss Campbell for not following directions." My eyes got wet again. "Miss Campbell hates me now," I said. I hurt her feelings. Mr. Lemon asked me what I was talking about. I told him how Eric said that I had wished I could be in Miss Hanson's class. "I said it," I told Mr. Lemon, "but it's not what I meant. I just wanted to be in their class for the pudding pie." I told Mr. Lemon that I loved my class, and I didn't want to make my teacher sad. "Well, Miss Ford," said Mr. Lemon, "I suppose you can explain yourself to Miss Campbell in your letter." This is what I wrote. "Dear Miss Campbell, I am sorry that I broke the rules by sneaking into Miss Hanson's room and hiding under her desk. I am also very, very sorry to have hurt your feelings. I do not think Miss Hanson's class is more fun than ours. I think you're the very best teacher in the whole world. I love you very much. I hope you forgive me. Love, Keena Ford." Next to my name, I drew a really sad face with 2 tears coming out of each of the eyes. Then I drew a broken heart. I showed my note to Mr. Lemon, and then I started to talk. Sometimes when I have to go to Mr. Lemon's class, all my thoughts come out. I told him that Linny and Barry and I were going to be friends again. I told him about how Eric had lied to me about Mrs. Hanson's class. I said that I didn't understand why Eric would make up all of those stories. Mr. Lemon said, "Well, Miss Ford, has anyone ever gotten you to do something that you wanted to do but couldn't?" I said yes. I said everyone got to go to Linny's party but me. "How did that make you feel?" he asked. "Jealous," I told him. "So how do you think Eric feels about your very exciting class and your new friendship with Linny?" I only had to think for about 3 seconds. "Jealous," I said again. Then I asked Mr. Lemon if I could write one more note. "Dear Eric," I wrote, "I am sorry if I made you feel jealous about my teacher. I'm also very sorry if I made you feel jealous of Linny Barry. You are still my very best friend. Love, Keena Ford." Next to my name, I drew a boy and a girl smiling, and I wrote an E on the boy's shirt and a K on the girl's shirt. Then I wrote best friends. I showed my letter to Mr. Lemon. He said I could go back to class. I gave my letters to Miss Hanson and Miss Campbell, and then I tried to be very quiet for the rest of the day. When the bell rang, I tried to get out of the classroom as fast as I could, but I ran right into Miss Hanson. She looked down at me. She looked very serious. "Keena," she said, "you should not have gone in my classroom and hidden under the desk, but thank you for the apology. I think you have learned your lesson." Then she smiled. I nodded my head. "Yes, ma'am," I said. "It'll never happen again." Then I heard Miss Campbell calling me from the classroom. "Keena, please come back here for a moment," she said. I walked back into the classroom. "I just wanted to give you this," Miss Campbell said. She handed me a piece of paper that was folded in half. "Thank you," I whispered. I could tell it was a letter, and I knew what it said. I knew that Miss Campbell was going to tell me she tried to love me, but she just couldn't do it because I had done some bad things. What do you guys think? What do you think is in that letter from Miss Campbell? Will Miss Campbell forgive Keena? We're going to find out next time, and it'll be the end of our story. Great job listening. I can't wait to hear about these new predictions.